Starting off this week with some genuinely unexpected news coming out of New England that's shaking up the Patriots roster as we speak. Lon Larison, a young running back who is quickly emerging as a player to watch and poised to make a real impact this season, has unfortunately been sidelined for the entirety of the year. After undergoing foot surgery, he was placed on the season-ending injured reserve list, cutting short what could have been a breakout rookie campaign. What makes this even more remarkable is the grit and determination Larison showed in his last game against the Commanders. During that contest, he suffered a broken foot, an injury that would have sidelined most players immediately. But Larison pushed through the pain, managed to score a touchdown, stayed on the field without any complaint, and only disclosed the injury to the Patriots staff after the game had ended. That kind of toughness is rare and speaks volumes about the player's mentality and heart. This news brings a bittersweet vibe to Patriots fans. On one hand, Larison was genuinely in the mix to carve out a spot on the team's final 53-man roster, and it's easy to imagine him sticking around even if it was just on the practice squad, given his performance in the early games. There is even talk about whether another team might try to snatch him up given the promise he showed, especially with his explosive plays and apparent versatility. On the other hand, by putting him on injured reserve, the Patriots get the roster flexibility to manage their running back core more efficiently, knowing that he won't count against the active roster limit while he rehabs. Still, it's a tough pill to swallow because we won't get to see what Larison can truly bring to the table in his rookie season. He was locked in as a solid option to be the fourth running back, a spot that usually means special teams involvement and potential snaps in certain offensive packages. His absence forces New England to rethink its backfield composition, potentially carrying just 3 backs and figuring out what to do with the fullback role. This development has ripple effects across the entire offensive strategy, especially as the preseason progresses and the coaches finalize the roster. Switching gears to the defensive side, another unexpected storyline is unfolding with Kyle Dugger, a player who had been a dependable piece for the Patriots, but now finds himself on the brink of losing his place. Dugger wasn't seen practicing with the first-team defensive unit during the session after the team's recent victory, which immediately raised eyebrows. Instead, he was working with the second team alongside rookie safety Craig Woodson, a fourth-round pick, and Jalen Hawkins, who have both been rotating in that position. It's startling to see a player in the second year of a lucrative 4-year, $50 million contract potentially being pushed out of the starting lineup. Dugger hasn't quite looked the same since he suffered an injury last year, and while he managed to play through the adversity to appear in 13 games, his form and impact haven't fully bounced back. At 29 years old, with a new coaching regime in place, the Patriots are making some hard decisions, and unfortunately, it looks like Dugger may be the odd man out. This isn't just a minor demotion. The writing on the wall suggests Dugger might not even make the team's final 53-man roster when the regular season kicks off. The Patriots are expected to have a tight roster battle, especially at safety, and the depth there is solid enough to allow them to move on from Dugger despite the financial implications. Cutting him loose would result in a significant dead cap hit of about $14 million for the next 2 seasons, which isn't ideal, but manageable given the team's cap situation. The harsh reality is that trading him might be difficult due to his contract size and the injury concerns, so the Patriots might opt to simply release him if they decide to move on. This shift could open the door for younger players like Woodson and Hawkins to step into the starting roles and prove they belong. Dugger's situation is a reminder of how quickly things can change in the NFL, especially with fresh coaching staffs eager to imprint their vision and build a roster tailored to their style. Diving deeper into the defensive personnel and the snap counts from the recent preseason matchup against the Commanders, there are several other interesting notes. The snap tracker is a great tool for understanding who's truly in the coach's plans. For the starters, playing between 5 and 15 snaps is standard in these early games, while players clocking more snaps might be fighting hard for a roster spot or looking to prove they belong. Anthony Jennings, a veteran presence, logged 36 snaps, 7 of which were on special teams. That's a decent amount, but when you compare it to someone like Marte Mapu, who played 40 snaps with 11 on special teams, it becomes clear that these players are on the roster bubble. Both Jennings and Mapu have had their moments of success in New England, but with a new coaching regime and a fresh approach to building the team, their futures look uncertain. These snap totals hint that their chances of making the final cut might be slim, and the coming weeks will be crucial for them to show what they can still offer. Another player who caught some attention is Truman Jones, a Harvard product and former team captain with a strong football IQ and leadership presence. He played 36 snaps and contributed on special teams as well, even drawing a start in that last preseason game due to several absences in the lineup. That opportunity gave Jones a chance to showcase what he can bring to the Patriots defense, and the coaches will likely be watching closely to see if he can maintain or build on that performance. Given his snap count and role, he might be the player who ends up edging out Anthony Jennings for a roster spot, but that remains to be seen as the preseason unfolds. Looking at the defensive tackle position, Jahvaree Ritzie, a player who came in with some buzz, only saw 11 snaps and just one on special teams. That limited usage could suggest a few things. Either the coaching staff is satisfied with the current options on the line and is easing him into the rotation, or perhaps Ritzie has yet to earn the trust needed to play more significant minutes. It's a position that demands physicality and consistency, so Ritzie will need to make the most of his opportunities moving forward to solidify his place on the team. Turning our attention to the offensive side, the snap counts reveal some surprises and confirm some expected trends. Trayvon Henderson, who had shown flashes of impact, only logged 7 snaps in that game, which was among the lowest on the entire roster. That limited field time might raise questions about where he fits into the offensive plans or if he'll be primarily a special teams contributor. Hunter Henry, on the other hand, remains a key piece for the Patriots offense, and although he may not have had the highest snap count in that game, his presence and production are well understood. Jack Westover's snaps totaled 13, with 10 coming on special teams. His role is intriguing because he could potentially step into the spot left open by Lon Larison at fullback and also compete for the third tight end spot. Effin Chisholm's name keeps coming up as well, having played 32 snaps and 6 on special teams. He was active all over the field and appears to be solidifying his spot on the 53-man roster with his versatility and work ethic. Javon Baker is another player fighting for his roster life. He logged 26 snaps and 6 on special teams, with 2 tackles on coverage units. That kind of special teams contribution is invaluable for players trying to stick around, and Baker's attitude of being willing to do whatever the team asks makes him a candidate to stay, especially as injuries like Jalen Polk's recent arm and shoulder issue open up more opportunities. Finally, the offensive line rotations tell an interesting story as well. Cole Strange, a rookie who initially had a promising outlook, played only 25 snaps and lost his starting left guard spot to Jared Wilson. Strange has now shifted over to backing up the right guard, which doesn't bode well for his chances to secure a starting role this season. Ledden Robinson, expected to be a depth player on the interior line, also saw just 25 snaps and extended into the fourth quarter, which may not be a good sign for his roster hopes either. The offensive line battles will continue to be a storyline to watch as the Patriots prepare for the rest of the preseason. With 2 more preseason games still to come, there's plenty of time for things to shift. Injuries like Larison's are an unfortunate reality, and the team will need to keep multiple players ready to step in at any moment. The competition across the roster is fierce, and every snap in these games counts as players jockey for position. The Patriots' latest developments provide a fascinating window into the challenges and adjustments this team is facing under new leadership as they strive to build a competitive squad for the regular season ahead. As the preseason continues to unfold, the New England Patriots find themselves at a critical crossroads where every practice, every snap, and every roster decision takes on heightened importance. The ripple effects of Lon Larison's injury have already begun to shape the way the coaching staff approaches the running back and fullback situations. With Larison sidelined for the entire rookie season, the team is faced with the challenge of rebalancing its depth chart and finding creative solutions to maintain versatility in the backfield. What was once a clear competition for that coveted fourth running back spot now has become a bit more complicated as the Patriots look to maximize the value of their active roster slots. One name that keeps coming up as a potential beneficiary of this shift is Jack Westover, whose role as a fullback and tight end hybrid is gaining more traction. Westover's ability to contribute on special teams while also providing a reliable option in short yardage and blocking situations could be exactly what the Patriots need to plug the gap left by Larison's absence. The versatility he offers makes him a valuable asset, especially in a league where roster spots are precious and coaches crave players who can fulfill multiple roles. Given that Ja Bell has primarily been limited to special team snaps, Westover's steady presence and potential to impact offensive schemes could well tip the scales in his favor when the final roster decisions are made. The fullback position itself has become somewhat of a question mark this preseason. The Patriots have historically valued a physical, aggressive presence in that role to complement their running game and pass protection schemes. With the backfield configuration now in flux, the coaches have to weigh their options carefully. Do they carry a dedicated fullback, or do they opt for more versatile tight ends and running backs who can fill in situationally? This debate is ongoing and will likely play out in the coming preseason games and practices. What is clear, however, is that the Patriots are not in a rush to settle this position prematurely, preferring instead to observe who steps up and proves reliable week after week. Turning back to the defense, the situation with Kyle Dugger continues to raise eyebrows around the league and within the Patriots organization. Dugger's fall from grace has been steep, and the team's apparent willingness to look past a player with such a hefty contract signals a firm commitment to a new direction. It also underlines the ruthlessness required in the NFL when it comes to balancing talent, performance, and salary cap constraints. Dugger, once seen as a cornerstone of the defense, is now on the fringe, with younger safeties like Craig Woodson and Jalen Hawkins getting extended opportunities to showcase their skills. Woodson, a fourth-round rookie, has impressed in the early stages, displaying a blend of athleticism and football IQ that bodes well for his future in the league. Hawkins, meanwhile, has been a dependable rotational player who appears poised to take on a larger role. The fact that these two players are receiving significant reps at Dugger's expense reflects the coaching staff's desire to build a defense that is not only effective, but also adaptable and sustainable over the long term. This kind of transition is never easy for a team, especially when it involves moving on from established veterans. But it is often necessary to keep pace with the evolving nature of the game. Snap counts from the preseason games provide further insight into how the Patriots are shaping their roster. Players who log extensive snaps are clearly in the coach's plans, either as starters or as critical depth pieces. Marte Mapu's 40 snaps, including 11 on special teams, suggest that the team values his versatility and experience. However, the same cannot be said for Anthony Jennings, who, despite playing 36 snaps, is looking increasingly like a player fighting for survival on the roster. The margin for error is razor thin, and veterans like Jennings must elevate their game to secure a spot. Truman Jones' emergence as a key defensive contributor has been a positive story. His leadership qualities and ability to step into a starting role when needed provide a valuable boost to the Patriots' secondary. Jones represents the kind of player who might not have the flashiest statistics, but brings a steady, dependable presence that coaches appreciate immensely. His Harvard background and captaincy demonstrate not just athletic ability, but also a high football IQ and work ethic, traits that can often make the difference in close roster battles. The defensive tackle position remains an area of interest. Jahvaree Ritzy's limited snaps have sparked debate about his readiness and potential. Defensive tackle is a physically demanding position that requires not only strength and technique, but also a certain level of mental toughness. For Ritzy, the next few weeks will be crucial to prove that he can handle the grind and earn the trust of the coaching staff. If he can rise to the occasion, he could carve out a niche on the defensive line rotation. If not, the Patriots may look elsewhere to bolster their interior defense. On offense, the snap counts paint a mixed picture. Trayvon Henderson's 7 snaps raise questions about his role and how the coaching staff envisions using him. While his potential is clear, the limited playing time suggests he may be viewed primarily as a special teams contributor or a developmental player at this stage. F. Chisholm's performance has been another bright spot. Logging 32 snaps and contributing 6 on special teams, he has demonstrated the kind of hustle and adaptability that can earn a player a secure spot on the roster. Chisholm's energy and ability to play multiple roles make him a valuable piece in a team that values players who can impact both defense and special teams. Javon Baker's battle to make the team is another storyline worth following. His 26 snaps and impactful special teams tackles highlight his determination to stick around. Baker's willingness to embrace a special teams role while still competing for defensive snaps is exactly the kind of attitude that coaches look for in players who live on the edge of the roster. With injuries to other players like Jalen Polk potentially opening doors, Baker's chances to contribute may grow as the preseason progresses. The offensive line situation also remains fluid. Cole Strange's move from starting left guard to backing up right guard is a setback for the rookie, who had high expectations coming into training camp. Losing a starting spot so early in the preseason can be demoralizing, but it also serves as a reminder of how competitive the NFL is at every position. Jared Wilson's emergence as the new starter signals the coaching staff's confidence in his ability to anchor the left side of the line. Meanwhile, Ledden Robinson's snaps tell a similar story of a player fighting to hold on to a roster spot as depth on the interior line. The offensive line's composition will be critical for the Patriots' success this season. With rookies starting in key positions, there's a lot riding on their development and ability to hold up against NFL-caliber pass rushers. Protecting the quarterback and opening lanes for the running game requires cohesion and experience, and the preseason is the proving ground where these young players must earn trust and show growth. Injuries like the ones suffered by Lon Larison underscore the unpredictable nature of the NFL and the constant need for depth and readiness. The Patriots are no strangers to dealing with setbacks and have historically shown resilience in overcoming adversity. The coaching staff's challenge is to maintain team morale, keep the competitive fire burning, and ensure that every player knows their role and opportunity. As the calendar inches closer to the regular season, the pressure to finalize the roster intensifies. Every practice becomes a test. Every snap counts, and every decision could shape the trajectory of a team's season. The Patriots are navigating a period of transition, balancing the integration of young talent with the realities of salary cap and roster limits. It's a delicate dance that requires both strategic foresight and an eye for immediate impact. The upcoming preseason games will be pivotal in solidifying the pecking order. Players on the bubble must seize every moment to impress, while coaches will continue to evaluate who fits best into their schemes and culture. The blend of veteran experience and youthful energy will define the Patriots' identity as they seek to build a team capable of competing at the highest level. Throughout all these developments, the passion of the fan base remains a constant. Patriots supporters are watching closely, analyzing every snap count, every roster move, and every injury update. The hope and anticipation for a successful season run deep, and the narratives emerging from training camp and preseason games add layers of intrigue and excitement to what promises to be a compelling year. In this environment, players like Lon Larison and Kyle Duggar remind us of the fine line between success and setback in professional football. One moment you're on the rise, the next you face obstacles that test your resilience. The Patriots' ability to adapt and respond to these challenges will be crucial in determining their fortunes this season. As the team moves forward, the spotlight will be on those who can step up in the absence of injured or departing veterans. Young players fighting for playing time must demonstrate not only skill, but also mental toughness and a willingness to contribute wherever needed. Special teams, often overlooked, will play a significant role in shaping the roster as coaches reward players who make an impact in that phase of the game. Ultimately, the Patriots' journey through this preseason reflects the broader reality of the NFL, a league defined by constant competition, high stakes, and relentless pursuit of excellence. The decisions made now will echo throughout the season, influencing the team's ability to compete and succeed on the biggest stage. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In the realm of NFL rumors, the latest buzz swirling around the New England Patriots hints at a potential blockbuster move that could reshape their defensive front. Sources close to the organization suggest the Patriots are aggressively pursuing DANIELLE Hunter, the formidable defensive end known for his relentless pass-rushing skills and physical dominance on the field. While no official confirmation has been made, insiders speculate that New England's front office sees Hunter as the missing piece to solidify a defense that has struggled to generate consistent pressure on opposing quarterbacks in recent seasons. The whispers growing louder around Gillette Stadium paint a picture of a team ready to assert total dominance on defense, leveraging Hunter's elite ability to disrupt offensive game plans and tilt the balance of power in the AFC. If the deal materializes, it could signify a strategic shift for the Patriots, who have long been associated with stout defenses but are currently seeking a game-changing presence to complement their scheme. Hunter's blend of size, speed, and technique would not only upgrade the edge position, but also provide invaluable leadership to a unit eager to reclaim its status as a defensive juggernaut. The buzz is intensifying as the league's offseason progresses, with fans and analysts alike speculating on how this acquisition could influence the Patriots' trajectory in the coming campaigns. Adding to the speculation is the timing of the reported negotiations, which seem to coincide with New England's concerted effort to bolster every facet of their roster after a mixed performance last season. Rumors suggest that the Patriots coaching staff has identified Hunter as a prime target, not just for his individual talents, but for his potential to transform the entire defensive line into a cohesive, disruptive force. Discussions reportedly revolve around Hunter's ability to create pressure from multiple alignments, making him a versatile asset against both the run and pass. Insiders whisper that the Patriots see this move as part of a broader plan to reclaim dominance in a fiercely competitive AFC East, where divisional rivals are continuously improving. Speculation also points to the possibility that Hunter's arrival could attract other defensive free agents eager to join a revitalized unit, setting off a domino effect that would drastically reshape New England's defensive identity. With the Patriots' reputation for strategic mastery and opportunistic acquisitions, this rumored signing aligns perfectly with their long-term vision of sustained excellence. The murmurs emanating from league circles suggest that if the Patriots secure Hunter, their defensive line could become one of the most feared in the NFL, capable of dictating the pace and style of games through sheer dominance. Further fueling the chatter is the fact that DANIELLE Hunter has shown a history of resilience and high-level performance, qualities that make him an ideal candidate for a franchise known for its demanding culture and high standards. While the details of contract terms remain under wraps, insiders speculate that New England is prepared to offer a package that reflects Hunter's value as a top-tier pass rusher and a key component in their defensive overhaul. The potential impact on the locker room is another point of discussion, with many believing that Hunter's presence would boost morale and competitive spirit among defenders. Veteran players are rumored to welcome his arrival, anticipating the infusion of talent and work ethic he brings to the table. Analysts are already debating how this acquisition could influence New England's defensive schemes, with some suggesting that Hunter's versatility would allow defensive coordinators to experiment with more aggressive blitz packages and stunts designed to confuse opposing offenses. The rumor mill suggests that this move could be the catalyst for a defensive renaissance, restoring the Patriots' reputation as a team that dominates not just offensively, but defensively as well. As anticipation grows, the NFL community watches closely, wondering if this whispered deal will come to fruition and change the landscape of the upcoming season. Amid these swirling rumors, the impact of acquiring DANIELLE Hunter extends beyond just the defensive line and into the broader competitive dynamics of the league. Sources indicate that New England's potential signing has sent ripples through rival teams, who are reportedly recalibrating their strategies in response to the Patriots' rumored aggressive recruiting. The anticipation is that Hunter's arrival would not only elevate New England's defense, but also disrupt offensive game plans league-wide, forcing quarterbacks and coordinators to rethink protection schemes and passing strategies. There's growing chatter that the Patriots could leverage Hunter's skills to neutralize some of the league's most potent offenses, creating a defensive presence that demands constant attention and respect. This shift could also trigger a cascade of moves in free agency and the draft, as teams scramble to counteract the perceived newfound strength of New England's defensive front. Speculation suggests that this rumored acquisition might serve as a psychological advantage as much as a physical one, signaling to the rest of the NFL that the Patriots are intent on reclaiming their competitive edge through strategic, high-impact additions. The broader implications of this potential signing continue to stir conversation among pundits and fans alike, who wonder whether New England is on the brink of a defensive revolution that could alter the balance of power across the league. As the offseason progresses and official announcements remain elusive, the tantalizing possibility of DANIELLE Hunter joining the New England Patriots remains one of the most talked about narratives in the NFL landscape. Fans are buzzing with anticipation, imagining how the synergy between Hunter and the existing defensive roster could produce game-changing moments and pivotal victories. The speculation underscores a sense of optimism that New England's defense might finally ascend to the dominant force it once was, aided by a player renowned for his relentless pursuit of quarterbacks and his ability to change the momentum of a game with a single play. While the truth behind the rumors remains cloaked in secrecy, the palpable excitement surrounding Hunter's potential arrival highlights the hunger for a resurgence that could propel the Patriots back into title contention. Analysts continue to debate the feasibility and potential cost of this acquisition, pondering whether it fits within the team's salary cap structure and long-term plans. Regardless, the narrative of Hunter's rumored signing has injected a fresh wave of intrigue and hope into the Patriots' offseason storyline, promising that if realized, this bold move could herald a new era of defensive supremacy and reinvigorate one of the NFL's most storied franchises. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.